Greetings, metalheads. Welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George, and I'm back with another collection update. This time it's all cassette. This time it's from two web stores. Didn't bother doing an unboxing review for these orders. Basically just ran out of time. So essentially it's just become a collection update. But we've got some awesome tapes which I've picked up from Extremely Rotten Productions from their web store. If you're not familiar, obviously talked about them a few times recently with unboxings and updates. Extremely Rotten Productions, based in Copenhagen. Amazingly, it is actually cheaper to get stuff sent over from Denmark than it is to order from quite a few UK-based web stores. So, Extremely Rotten, that's them. The details, really good one, reliable, great selection, really reasonably priced. And I've also got a few articles from Hells Headbangers as well, from over in the USA. All tape though, but all really cool things. So I'm just going to go through these releases, just showing them off. I'm not going to go into too great a depth and detail about individual tracks and such, more just focusing on these rather awesome tapes. And in no particular order either. Starting with the Extremely Rotten Productions order, we've got this rather short and savage release from Miasmatic Necrosis, which is a bit of a tongue twister. This is Apex Profane. So I think this is the debut full length. I think it was released in about 2020. Essentially just 20 minutes of pretty savage death metal, grindcore, gore grind. It's pretty nasty stuff, I will admit. It's solid though. I've been really enjoying grind and kind of death grind recently. Been something that I've been getting steadily more and more into over years. And this is a cool one. As I say, it's short and sharp, but it's savage. It's got a real gore edge to it. I think they're a US band. Could be wrong. But yeah, a short and sweet essential listening if you're into your kind of grindcore, death grind kind of stuff. Another US band then we've got, and this one is a really cool article. This is Human Corpse Abuse, which is a great name for a band. It's actually in a little slipcase, which is always nice. The album is entitled Xenoviscerium, if that's how it's pronounced. And we've got like a artwork, obviously, colour, sleeve, very nice. And then we've got slightly different appearance actually on the insert there. So these, most of these are actually released through Extremely Rotten Productions as well. So that's cool. I seem to have a lot of cool stuff available. Again, short and sweet, but savage grind. I think this is even shorter than the Miasmatic Necrosis album. It's about 20 minutes. Savage stuff. It's just absolute blasting savagery. If you do dig bands like, you know, good old Napalm Death or Nasum, Brutal Truth, but with maybe a bit of a gorier edge, you're certainly going to enjoy this. Just blast beat central, shrieking, kind of terrifying vocals, you know, nice scratchy riffs. So yeah, another cool one from Extremely Rotten there. We've got Human Corpse Abuse. This one is not released through Extremely Rotten, but it's a really, really decent grinding album. This is the debut from Hacked Apart, which is a Canadian grindcore band, self-titled and absolutely savage. This is proper good old Brutal Truth, Napalm Death worship here. Really cool article though. So we've got a kind of clear but printed shell. I believe that actually Sean on bass is in Power Trip. So yeah, cool little connection there. Power Trip are a great band. Really cool. It's got that kind of DIY feel to it. Really cool article. Grinding savage stuff. Released through Mechanized Apparatus Revolt Records. Yeah, 4th Avenue Co. Yeah, Records. Yeah, whatever. Really solid stuff though. Really good blasting grind. You know, that proper shrieking stuff. Absolute noise. So Hacked Apart, that's a really good one. Really enjoying that. What I also like about these releases is they are kind of short and sweet. And it's so fast. It's just blast beats, just, you know, scratching riffs. It's just fuzz, distortion, bass rumble, banshee vocals over the top. If you're looking for something to get you kind of moving, get a little bit more energy flowing, then that's good stuff to go for. Up next, we got, it was actually a little bit of a freebie in this order, which is always much appreciated. It's the band is entitled Elitist. The album is A Mirage of Grandeur. Again, this is Extremely Rotten Productions issue. I wasn't really sure what to expect for this one. I'm always grateful for a nice freebie, definitely, but I thought based on the aesthetics, I was kind of expecting almost like a hardcore or maybe grind, but something not like what it actually is. Actually, Elitist, I think they're from Denmark as well. Really solid death metal. You know, it's kind of a little bit avant-garde at times, a little bit different, but really solid death metal. Good stuff. I was enjoying this one. I've only listened to it 2 or 3 times so far, but yeah, really solid. Great riffs, really crunchy stuff on there. Good vocals, you know, absolute drum, bass, battery. Nice stuff. So definitely, that's a band I'm going to be delving a little bit deeper into. Elitist. Then we've got a very interesting one. This is Seep with Hymns to the Gore. Another Extremely Rotten release. This is a one-man US kind of death metal, death grind band. Maybe not death grind, but certainly it's nasty death metal. It's got real like sludgy, gross vibes to it. Very impressed that it's a one-man thing. It's actually almost got a bit more of a kind of brutal death metal, kind of slamming sound to it. It's not slam, but it's brutal death metal, I'd say. Or at least groovy death metal. So it's a very, very cool one. About 30 minutes of just pretty basic death metal, but it's really good. I enjoy this one. So Seep, pretty crushing stuff. Good gutturals, good riffs, plenty of groove there. As I say, kind of caveman vibe going on. Then we've got I think this is the second album, and I think this band is also from Denmark. This is Frenelith. The album is entitled Chimera. This one isn't released through Extremely Rotten. I've only listened to this a couple of times. I'm a little bit late to the party with Frenelith, I think, because I've seen and heard quite a lot about them over the years and just never really put in the time and effort, which is a bit of a shame because they're a really good band. So this is one that is released through Nuclear Winter Records. I need to check this out more. But my initial thoughts and feelings is that it's very, very good. Old death metal, good old school style stuff. Really, really digging it so far. I think there's a few more albums. I think they've had an album out fairly recently as well, this year or last year. But yeah, this is a solid one. Chimera from Frenelith. Another good death metal band that I've recently discovered. Then we've got a split between Chaosian and Dequisitor. Not actually familiar with that second band, I must admit. This is a split that is released through Night Shroud Records. Chaosian recently picked up on the previous order, picked up their album. Might be the debut. I'm not sure if they have a couple or not, but that's a really solid album. It's that kind of murky, old school style death doom. You know, it's got that kind of grave miasma vibe to it. Really strong band. I was really enjoying checking them out. So I saw a couple more tracks on this split. Thought, yeah, definitely going to go for that. And what's really cool with this is that we actually get the lyrics on almost like a little insert piece. Try and open that up without tearing it. But it's like, almost feels like an old parchment. It's It's very interesting. And I did just notice again, Greg Wilkinson produced or mastered the De Inquisitor tracks. Very cool, bit of a legend. So yeah, a nice one. I've only listened to this sort of once or twice maybe, but Chaos, really good band, really solid. Wasn't familiar with the other band though, but I'm definitely going to be delving a bit deeper. So another nice split there. Now we've got Mortuous. Now this is a very strong album. This is the second album, Upon Desolation. Tape version is released through Extremely Rotten. This is a US death metal band, old school vibes, doom vibes. Really good, really good. I do remember the debut coming out many moons ago now. Well, not that many moons ago, but it was a few years ago now. And I was very impressed with that. Kind of left it there. Didn't really pick the band up again, I must admit. Probably focusing on other bands, other things. But this, stumbled upon the tape version on Extremely Rotten. Really good, very strong. It's got quite a sort of a melancholy to it. It's got kind of depressive vibes at time, but it's solid death doom. More on the kind of death metal side of things, but it's a really good one. I would say this is definitely one to check out. Mortuous, very good indeed. Upon Desolation. Then we've got an EP. It's a debut EP. I can't remember if this band is from Denmark or Finland. I believe they are from Scandinavia. This is Malformed with The Gathering of Souls. Released through Extremely Rotten. This is really good. Actually, it's really strong, heavy, crushing death metal. Bruising stuff. Nice blue shell there. I believe it's the same program on both sides. Weighty stuff. These youngsters have got it. Solid stuff. I think there's only like this demo. I think there's like a live recording as well, and maybe another demo. Well, this isn't a demo, apologies. This is an EP. I think there is a demo, and I think there is a live recording as well. But really strong stuff. I think this is one of the releases that I've been most impressed by. Crushing stuff. Really enjoying it. Malformed, definitely one to check out if you like crushing, heavy, weighty death metal. Old school Scandinavian style. Malformed. Very nice indeed. And I've got one more article, tape article from Extremely Rotten. This one I was very excited to stumble upon. So this is Insect Warfare. No longer around, split up a while ago. I believe that they're from Texas, USA. Insect Warfare with Entomological Siege, 2004-2009. This is a double tape compilation of, I guess, all of the other extras outside of the one full length that they released. So we've got 2 clear shells with print. This is released through Fode Records. Know what that means? But they also did the great Terrorizer Before the Downfall compilation. So I think they've done plenty of other things as well. But that Terrorizer one, I've got that. Had picked that up a while ago. That's a great compilation. And this is a really good one as well. I've listened to this a couple of times. It's pretty savage stuff. So it's just full of demos, EPs, splits. There's live shows here as well. It's really good. It's very comprehensive. Insect Warfare, a bit of a legendary band to be fair. They released the one album, the one full length, the name of which escapes me. I did have it somewhere. I don't know where it is. But that was released through Earache Records many years ago. And that's almost a bit of a legendary sought after album. But they were a really great band. Grinding, heavy band. Really like Insect Warfare. And this has been fun to revisit after not checking out Insect Warfare for quite a few years. Really nice. If you like Napalm Death, Brutal Truth, Nazem, these other grindcore bands I've just talked about, you're definitely going to dig Insect Warfare. It's just pure noise and absolute savagery. So that is all the tapes that I've picked up from Extremely Rotten. All of them really good. Really enjoyed checking these out and discovering some new stuff and just great stuff. Got an article of merch as well. Now, if you have seen the previous Extremely Rotten Productions order review that I did, ordered a copy of this album. This is from Hemorrhoid, and this is, I believe it's the debut. It's called Raw Materials of Decay, which is pretty nasty. So I picked up this very cool long sleeve. Print on the front, the album cover on the front, print on the back, grizzly, and then down both sleeves we have the logo from Extremely Rotten Productions and also from Headsplit Records. Another good label, actually. Try and show that off. Very cool. So I'm now going to be walking promo. That's fine by me. Hemorrhoid, US death metal, really strong stuff though. If you like grisly, putrid death, the kind of gore grind, death gore thing going on, then yeah, Hemorrhoid, old school filth. Really cool. So, something to wear as well. So, that is Extremely Rotten. Now, as I mentioned, I've got a few articles from Hells Headbangers from the USA. So, as I have been showing off in previous collection updates and unboxings, I've been steadily trying to acquire the cassette reissues of the Cannibal Corpse discography. I think you've got 11 releases in total from Vile up to, I think it must be Red Before Black. I've now managed to pick up 10 out of 11. The one that's eluding me is Vile, which is really annoying because I love that album. So if you know where to get it from reasonably priced, let me know because I really want to pick up Vile. So I've got 3 more here. We've got Bloodthirsty, which I believe was released in 1999. Can't quite recall. These are really cool reissues. You got all over print shells. Very cool. And expansive inserts here as well. So these are actually released by Hells Headbangers. Of course, under license from Metal Blade Records. Bloodthirsty is a good album. I really like Bloodthirsty. Always have. It's got some cracking tracks on there. Pounded into Dust, Dead Human Collection, Ecstasy and Decay. Plenty of great, memorable death metal tracks there. So we've got Bloodthirsty, cracking album. Then we've got, from a few years later, I think it's about 2002, we've got Gore Obsessed. Again, this is a good album. I actually realised how unfamiliar I am with this album. Of course, I've had the CD. I've got all the Cannibal albums on CD. I've had them for many, many moons. But yeah, less familiar with this one. Kind of overlooked it myself. Again, nice big expansive insert there. Very cool. Of course, you've got that iconic sound. There's no band that sounds exactly like Cannibal Corpse. They are pretty unique in that they are a death metal band, but they have such a unique, iconic sound. But a favourite album of mine has to be Evisceration Plague. I feel like this is a savage album. Really cool printed shell there. Again. And cool insert. Very nice. So yes, 3 more of the Cannibal tapes. 3 more pieces of the puzzle. It's just Vile that is eluding me. So I need to try and track that down. And then I've got 2 final articles from a band that is a bit of an anomaly. Party Cannon from Scotland. Had the pleasure of seeing Party Cannon for the second time a few weeks back or months back now at the Norwich waterfront. They are a great band. So Party Cannon, as you can tell, it's pretty comical. It's pretty light-hearted death metal, definitely. They are a party slam band. Brutal death metal, slamming death metal, whatever you want to call it. As I say, from Scotland. They've been around for quite a few years now. Have quite a few albums out and EPs. But they are a really good band. They are a lot of fun. It's very light-hearted. But as musicians, they are really good. They're really good musicians. musicianship is really technical and intricate, very adept musicians. But it is enjoyable stuff. It is slam, as I say, brutal death metal, plenty of technicality there and musical wizardry going on, but they are also a bit fun. So we've got the EP, Partied in Half, on printed shell here. This is a lot of fun, so it includes the EP and also the party promo from 2012. Such an interesting band, and they were really good live as well. Really good. So entertaining brutal death metal there. And then, so that was the EP, and then we've got, I can't think what number album it would be, but we've got Volumes of Vomit, which is a decent album indeed. Checked it out on YouTube, and yeah, it's a really strong album. Brutal stuff, plenty of absolute nonsense in there, but it's pretty savage. Decent stuff. Not one if you're a bit of a serious music fan, if you only like more serious death metal, if you fancy some really solid death metal, but also it's a bit lighthearted and entertaining, then definitely check out Party Cannon. So there we have it. Rundown of my latest tape additions to the collection. There is actually a few more that I've ordered since these arrived, but that'll be coming in an upcoming collection update. But just to recap, of course, we've got these great albums from the Mighty Cannibal Corpse, released on really cool, and they are really cool, really nice, all over print shells from Hells Headbangers. We've also got a couple of solid releases from Party Cannon. Then we've got Insect Warfare. This is like 3 hours long as well. You get everything here. Savage stuff. Love it. We've got Friendlith as well. Solid death metal there. Split from Chaosian and The Inquisitor. We've got Hacked Apart. We've got Malformed. Really solid EP. Definitely one to check out if you can. We've got Human Corpse Abuse. The Grisly Art of Miasmatic Necrosis. Bit of a wild card from Elitist. Nice little surprise there. Seep. Savage one-man death metal band. And we've also got Mortuous as well. So check out these labels if you haven't done so already. I'll put links in the chat. Definitely check them out and show some support. Check out these bands. Check out these albums. It's all worth it. Are you a fan of any of these bands and albums? If so, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think on this one. Thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate the support. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. The ongoing support is very, very much appreciated. Check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good heavy things. Until next time, do take care of yourselves and stay freaking heavy.